So Alexander, in the last clip, you mentioned that a meaning of life would be to make life better. But in your book, you write about the universal meaning of life is to make life eternal. So I'm curious what the differences between the two are.
To make life better, in general, it is correct, but unfortunately, as I said in one of previous clips, it does not give any direction. It does not give any direction because for different people have very different opinion what will make life better. Mm-hmm. But it is interesting that the idea of making life better is kind of popular, and even Donald Trump had this slogan for his campaign to make America great again. This slogan probably supports the idea that he is a very stable genius. Yeah, and when in last campaign, some Trump followers said that people were voting. And when I heard this, I started to think about it, and it is obvious that people who were voting were from heaven. Because people who are in hell, they cannot feel,
the paper wouldn't survive against a fire?
Yes, they could not, nod their vote because paper will immediately be on fire. They are in lake of fire. So people who voted for Biden, obviously all of them were from heaven. And it is just opposite. This is argument for Biden, not for Trump, right? So when he said that he will make America great again, of course, it would be interesting to understand what specifically, how he wanted to make America great again. First of all, of course, to protect people from Mexican rapists, to build the wall, to cancel Obamacare, yeah, and to in general, some anti-liberal agenda. And I think maybe one of the reasons for his victory was that he gave meaning to lives of his followers. Before Trump became, candidate, many of them felt, not taking account of and so on. So they kind of were nobody. But when they saw this person on the screen of TV set crying out and saying that he will protect them from, Mexican rapists again, so they felt that they belonged to some new movement, right? So in some sense, he gave them meaning of life. So now they were nobody, but now they are, members of this new movement. And then that is really making America great. Yeah. So, by the way, I wanted to ask you: do you still take bleach every day?
No.
No? This is advice. You understand, I am talking about advice to take a bleach to clean your system.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So you did not believe she is genius. Why should you rejected his advice?
Oh, well, I think I listened to scientists like yourself.
No, I don't take a lot. I take just a few drops of Lysol. Just for, to be sure I don't have coronavirus, just a little bit every day. And I feel much better after that. And I think it helped me to write books about the meaning of life,
I'm gonna have to read your book again much more carefully.
Speaking about the meaning of life and changing of lives of people, I feel that advice I give in my books could really change a lot. I say that the purpose of life is to make life eternal, to prolong existence of humankind. If you think how to make the biggest impact, what to give to people so they could give you back, by the way, something. So if you want to give something to people, your impact will depend on how long humanity exists. And what is the most, for me recently, what is interesting about this idea is that in general, when people try to improve their lives, they pursue happiness. It is always difficult. If you want progress in your profession, it is difficult. If you want to create family, it is unbelievably difficult to create good family. But it sounds so strange, but to change the entire world, it looks like easier than to achieve usual goals all people are struggling toward. And I think maybe it has sense for people who listening to these clips to read my books on Amazon, and not just read them, but if possible to discuss with other people. Because I'm proposing some new ideas, and when a person reads by herself or by himself, it could bring some thoughts, but for confidence, it is much, much more important to discuss with other people. And so my hope, I don't earn money for people who read my books on Amazon, because in order to write that books, I said goodbye to my work at Wall Street. So it's $5 I have for every sale is nothing comparing to that. And I would even give them for free, but people are very afraid of everything which goes for free. So, yeah, I would suggest to spend some time reading those books. They are not page turners, but I strongly believe it would not be time lost in vain.